Okay. So we are doing character and behavior. Character and behavior, right? She was brutally honest. There is a collocation called brutally honest. What do you understand about brutally honest? Abdul, what is brutally? Hmm? Hello, Abdul? Hansani, what is brutally?
Actually, I don't know, sir.
You don't know brutally. Kumar, do you know what brutal is? Brutal.
I think, sir, mostly honest.
Yeah, what is the meaning of brute? Brute. Brute is an animal, right?
Okay.
Brutally means like an animal, right? Brute is an animal. The animal, the සතාරගේ තිරිසනා කියලා කියන්නේ ඒ වචනේ තියෙන brute කියලා. දැන් brutally කිව්වහම තිරිසන් ලෙස. Brutally honest means, have you heard brutally honest? ඒ කියන්නේ මොකක්ද ඒක තේරුම ඉතින්? නරක වචන දාන්න කියන්නේ සමහර යක්ෂ බඩගිනි කියන්නේ. ඒතකොට බඩගිනි යක්ෂයා කිව්වහම ඒක වැඩි කියන අදහසක් නේ. එහෙම නේද? යක්ෂ බඩගින්නක් තියෙනවා කියලා කියනනේ සමහරවිට.
ඔව් සර්.
අන්න ඒ වගේ එකක් තමයි brutally honest කියන්නේ. You idea is right. Terribly brutally means very honest, right? But it is going with brutally. We don't use brutally beautiful. We don't say. We say brutally honest. That means you are honest, no end. You are very honest, right? Brutally honest is that. So it's good that you have that and brutally honest. Okay, and then let us see some examples. What does the phrase brutally honest means? Very honest. So if you need to be brutally honest, it is usually means that the information you need to share is going to be tough. You understand? For the other person to hear. You are going to tell somebody something that will hurt his feelings. Right? Now, Kumara will ask somebody, am I handsome? Then that person look at him and you are not handsome, your nose is very ugly and your eyes are just like eyes of a cow and they are set apart and very ugly. So then honestly, somebody has to say you are ugly. If somebody says you are ugly, he is very honest. Very honest means he tells the information. It is the correct information, but that information is tough. And when you hear that information will crash your heart. So usually people won't say like that. Do you understand, Kumar? You know?
Yes, sir.
If I ask you, am I handsome? Then you look at me that I am not handsome. So you say, oh, you are handsome. You are really ugly. Then that is the tough information. But you say that because you are honest, right? How honest? You are brutally honest. You have no consideration about my feelings. Okay? My heart will be damaged, but it is not a problem. You tell the truth. And then we say you are brutally honest. You understand? Hanshani, do you understand? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir.
Is it good to be brutally honest, or do you think it is not a good idea to be brutally honest?
I think it's not good because it will be hurting someone's heart.
Someone's feelings.
So that's what.
Hurt somebody's
feelings.
Right? Now you cook some food, right? And somebody come and eats that, and that person say, hey, this food is very bad. Then you will get your feelings hurt, right? But that is the truth, right? And that person is brutally honest. Do you understand? Hansani, are you sometimes brutally honest?
Mm, I think no, sir.
You are not brutally honest.
No.
Then how honest are you? Hmm? How honest are you? If your friend has cooked something, some food, and you eat that food, and that food is very bad, and she asks, "How is my food?" Then would you tell her the truth, or you tell her something else?
I wouldn't tell the truth. I will be telling that the food is good or like something.
You say it is very tasty,
Yeah.
but then you are not honest at all. You are a dishonest
Yeah.
person. It means you are not honest.
Yes. Sir.
Hansan, you are not honest. Huh?
Yes. Sir.
Are you a dishonest person?
Not always, but sometimes.
However, that means I have a dishonest student in my class. Right. Kumar, what about you? Are you brutally honest or are you sometimes not brutally honest? You are not brutally.
Actually, sir, actually, I think I am brutally honest.
You are brutally honest.
Yes, because I think that this is the this word implies that
like an animal, you don't care for other person's feelings.
no, he tell the real truth.
Real truth. But
yeah,
but don't you think that you behave like an animal? Because
no,
that
sir.
person might cry sometimes.
No, sir. If you do something wrong, and I have to tell the truth.
No, he has not done anything. Say Hansani has prepared some food for you, and she invites you, and you go to her meal, and after eating that, you say, Hansani, this food is very bad. Right?
Yes, sir. If it's bad, we have to tell it. But actually, that's then she will prepare the food after that.
After that, she will prepare food. But don't you understand that she will cry a lot?
Maybe, sir.
Because
maybe
in
that,
front of other people, she'll be in disgrace.
Sir, I think that this is the problem in Sri Lanka.
Yes.
But they don't appreciate the real situation.
Yes.
Then actually, if we tell you something that there maybe you are wrong,
yes,
and something you teach, then we can't understand, or something when you teach we don't want, then we have to tell it for you.
Yes. But in my case, I appreciate because I am brutally honest myself, and I like other people to be brutally honest with me. Because I don't care what happens. I don't like the lies. I like the truth. If it is the truth, it can be bitter, but I like it.
I also same, sir. I also same. Because something we have to tell, it's maybe honest.
Yeah.
Brutally honest. Because actually, I think that one person prepare a meal, it's not tasty. Then he asked from me, how about my meal? Then I have to tell the truth.
Yes.
I think that's the real thing.
Yes.
Sometimes he doesn't agree with me, and he will blame me. But I say the real truth.
Yes.
In my case.
Yes.
But sometimes that person will not agree with me.
Yes. Yes. That's right. Yeah. Now I remember when I was doing this class, when I was doing the first, you said that certain places you can't understand and it is very bad. I mean, the class has to be changed. This has to be very slow and we have to give more explanation. And you didn't think about anything. You thought about the truth and it was really good Because now, for an example, Samarkand was in another class, and now he's coming to this class very happily. He says, this class is really nice because you were brutally honest with me. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And I adjusted my class because class is not for me. It is for the students. When the students say the right thing, when they are brutally honest, the class will be improved because I am very happy. I don't want your praise for a bad lesson. I am
Yes, sir.
bad lesson
I also heard.
And then
yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, I also heard from my student,
yes.
Not in Sri Lanka, but in another country. He told me after teaching the lesson, the principal will come to the class and ask from the students how the teachers teaching good or bad.
Yes.
Then all of the students tell the real thing.
Yes.
Then after that, he will change or continue the teacher.
Take an action.
Then yes, take an action. Actually, that's the real thing, sir. Because then it's useful for all students.
Yes.
But in our country, you know that sometimes teachers are trying to give their ideas and teaching methods, using teaching methods, but they are very bad.
Yes.
Students can't understand very well.
Yes.
Then sometimes the teacher will ask, how about my teaching? Then all of the students tell it's good.
Yes.
That's the problem, sir. But it's not good.
Yeah, that is why, Kumar, we have very bad bunch of teachers. Even
yes, sir.
In universities, we have stupid people.
Yes, sir.
In the parliament, we have lunatics.
Yes, sir, I agree with you.
People value lies. They don't go for the truth. And I remember there was a man when I was out of Sri Lanka. There was a person. He was the boss in that company. I was not working there in the company, but he was a friend of mine. I used to go to that company for certain jobs. Right? I was doing some, part-time job there. I was not a company person. And then I freely talked to these people. And there was another one person. He hates that person. He's really angry with that person. And then there came a vacancy for a person for some post, right? And this boss has a group of people, and the boss has to sign and recommend the best person for that post. Then the boss recommended that his enemy.
Yeah.
Then I asked, why did you recommend him? Because he's your enemy. Yes, he's my enemy, but he's the best qualified person for that job. I need to think about my country. For my country, for my company, he can do the best job there. But if I say another person, he won't be able to do a better job. So then, that's the mentality those people have. Then he says, he is my enemy today, and even tomorrow he is my enemy. If I had a chance, I hit him. I take revenge. Yeah. That's a different story. But for a job, I have to be honest.
Yes, sir. I think that in Sri Lanka, most of people are not brutally honest.
Yes.
If they are brutally honest, we can develop our country very well because people tell the truth.
We would have a better country.
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay.
Brutally means brute is an animal. Samarakot, you came late. I'm telling you. Are you there, Samarakot? Samarakot?
Yes, sir. I joined just now within 5 minutes because I just came.
You and Rusiru came late. Rusiru also there. Yes, Rusiru came late. I'm telling you, brute is an animal, right? So you're brutally honest means you're honest like an animal. That means you tell the truth. You don't care. The truth damages the other person's feelings. For an example, somebody prepare food. That food is bad. Then the person asks, is my food good? You say, no, your food is very, very bad. You tell the truth. and you don't care what damage you cause to the heart of that person, because truth is truth. You are not going to change it. You tell it is like that. And I think Hansani is going to tell her, change her attitude, or Hansani is going to continue. I don't know. Hansani, what lesson have you learned? Are you going to continue your attitude, telling white lies? So you are going to change and to be brutally honest.
Mhm.
You are thinking.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be totally brutally honest. Yeah.
That means, Hansani, you're dishonest. But I am telling you, don't be dishonest. Maybe you have some problems, but you can't be brutally honest. Kumar, I want to tell you another thing. People
Sir.
can't be brutally honest if they are not confident. They should have other qualities. Because when another person is cries, you are very sad about that and you are moved. So especially leaders should be brutally honest, right? And some people, okay, I don't know, I can't say anything. What about Samargon? Are you brutally honest?
No, no, sir.
You are not brutally honest.
I am not brutally honest.
See, there are people, they are not
Uh,
brutally honest. So when somebody
I want to add something because if we are brutally honest, we can't manage others because we have to obey and we have to help them, not to brutally honest.
I have another question from Kumar. Kumar,
Sir.
now if you are a teacher, let's say I'm
Yeah.
a teacher, I'm a
Yeah.
teacher, right? Do you think I should be brutally honest with my students? When a student is his English is very bad and pronunciation is very bad, I say, hey Hanjani, your pronunciation is really dull. You have to improve that. I should say like that, or what should I do?
I think that you must tell it, but then actually you tell something to us. We can correct it, and we can improve it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if we have some difficulties or some errors, then you should point out it.
Yeah.
Then we can correct it and learn very well.
But don't you think now if somebody like there's a person, let's say take Hamshani, and I will point out her mistakes and she'll be really upset and she will stop coming to the class.
Maybe, sir, but you have to appreciate somewhat because you are very high before your foundation or before you are coming.
Yeah.
But now you are improved somewhat. But you have some errors, or you have to study further.
Yeah.
You can tell it to her.
That's what. I am asking. You can be brutally honest. Hansani, there's a point here. You can be brutally honest. Brutally honest is okay. I'm helping you. Brutally honest. You will be brutally honest, as Kumar says. Brutally honest. But he says, use mild language. Mild language. Kumar says, Hansani, now look, you have a little problem. You must be like that. Earlier you were very bad. You had a lot of big problems. Now you have improved a lot. But this point you have to be very careful like that. Language should be mild. You understand? Not brutal language. If you use a mild language and brutal, you can be brutally honest with mild language. You understand?
Yes.
That is what Kumar said. But Samarkand can't be brutally honest anyway, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
You want to be dishonest. You are a dishonest person, is that? Being brutally honest with someone and having someone else to be brutally honest with you is what encourages you to improve and grow yourself. You will be grow because other person is brutally honest with you and you are brutally honest with that person. Then you will grow. That feedback gives you new things to contemplate. Contemplate means think. And poses questions. Poses questions means ask questions. And probes. Probes means inspect at deeply rooted behavior patterns. So you will understand about yourself. You will analyze your job because another person is brutally honest with you. And when that person says bad things, you understand, okay, I have these bad points. But if you use as a mild language, it will be appreciated. However, mild language or straightforward, short, brief language, it's okay. We should understand the problems of our job or in our personality or things, and we have to contemplate. And then we can ask questions. Now, if Kumar says, your lesson is he says, oh, your lesson is boring sometimes. Then I can ask questions. Why do you say my lesson is boring? Where is it boring? What points are boring? How can I stop being bored? How can I make the lesson interesting? So I can ask questions. When asking questions, when he is brutally honest all the time, I shall grow. You understand? I shall grow. I shall improve myself. And it helps me, encourages me to improve myself. Okay, what is your idea now about that? Anyone? Tell me. Whoever. Hello?
I think, sir, that's the correct thing. Because if we have do some wrong things,
Yes.
Actually, we are like actors.
Yes.
We are acting.
Yes.
We are acting. You think that if we are teacher,
Yes.
and we are like actors,
Yes.
then other persons who in front of us, and they can understand our wrong things.
Yes.
That means our I think I have no idea about, I have no word to tell it. That means disabilities, you know.
Yes.
Yes. Then someone can point out them.
Yes.
Then we can correct them and do something for other generations also.
Yes.
If someone appreciate our teaching methods and other things, then the teacher and other person in any job, then he will or she will think that she or he is the correct person.
Yes.
Always. They can't do it very well.
Yes.
I mean, I think that in my case, I know that when I am a student, then our teacher write on the board the simple M, simple M, and capital M. We can't understand it very well. We can't separate them. So one day I told him. Very similar. So after that, when he teach the lesson, firstly he introduced the difference of them. Then hereafter, always he try to say the difference. His handwriting. Then all of students can understand it very well. I think that if the students doesn't point out them, students don't point out them, then teacher can't. Teacher think that his teaching is very well.
Yes, very good.
Very good.
Yes.
But you know that in our country, all of the students go to tuition classes.
Yes. Now,
if school education is better, then teachers doesn't want to go tuition classes.
Yes.
I think. Yes. Yes, students. Yes.
Now,
Then other countries, I heard about it. They don't want to go tuition classes because in the school they have to learn very well.
they have good teachers.
Yes, if someone if some teachers don't teach very well, then principal give them any teacher, any other teacher.
Yes. Okay, now I would tell you, you said they can teach. You said they can teach. They can teach. They can teach. You said they can teach. Their lessons are very well. You said their lessons are very well. That is wrong. You have to say they can teach well. I am going to tell you well. Well is an adverb, right? Go slowly. They can teach well again. Regular pura honing ugannan. So well කියන එක honing කියන එක. Good කියන එක තමයි adjective එක. Good කියන එකේ adverb එක well. My lesson is good. මගේ පාඩම හොඳයි. I teach well. මං උගන්වනවා හොඳින්. I teach very well. මං ඉතා හොඳින් උගන්වනවා. So well කියන්නේ හොඳින්. Good කියන්නේ හොඳයි. නේද? Right? Well කියන්නේ හොඳින්. Good කියන්නේ හොඳයි. You speak really well. හොඳටම හොඳින් කතා කරනවා. Right? අනේ දෙක පොඩ්ඩක් තේරුම් ගන්න. Okay. And they are
somewhat I can speak. Somewhat I can speak, but actually I can't speak very well. If you tell and appreciate my speaking, you can speak very well. You are good in English now. Then it's wrong. It's wrong.
Yeah. Then I praise. You know praise.
Yeah.
Do you understand? When a crow was having a piece of cheese in his mouth and was going to eat it, there came a fox, and the fox started praising the crows. Praising. It says your feathers are very beautiful. Your beak is very beautiful. Your color is beautiful. I would like to listen to your voice. Do you understand? Praising the
yes,
so you mean praising is bad?
Yeah. I agree with you, sir, because praising is very bad. Actually, you tell the truth.
Sometimes I had to be brutally honest is okay. Sometimes brutally honest means I may damage your heart. That's it.
Maybe, sir. But you have to tell it.
Yes.
The correct situation in that position. And if we, in the beginning, we are not good in English.
You have improved?
Yes, now I think I have improved somewhat.
Yeah,
but it's not enough. Yes. And I can't speak very well. But I can speak somewhat before the beginning.
Better than
so, yeah, before, yes. So I think that you tell the truth.
Yes.
Then we can understand our position.
Yeah.
It's not effect for the hurt.
Yes. Earlier I didn't keep the slide this long. I just put the slide and tell something and go to the other slide and tell lots of things. Now I tell something for a long time, and you have time to write down things, and you have the recording also. You have a lot of facilities because you are brutally honest.
Yes,
sir.
So
next point. What is the synonym of brutally? Brutal is like an animal. Give me some other words for that, like an animal. Who can give me some examples? Synonyms. Similar words. You have learned, remember? Samarkon, do you remember some words? Nitprabha, do you know? Hello? Yeah, I give you some words like this. Savage. Savage is brutal. And cruel. Cruel is also brutal. He is a cruel man. He never gives food to his animals. He never feeds the dog enough. The dog is always starving. He's a cruel man. Or he beats the dog. He kicks his dog. He's a cruel man. Bloodthirsty also is, you are thirsty. When you are thirsty, you drink water. But some people, they want to drink blood. Now, some cruel people, we have some politicians, they are bloodthirsty and they have ruined the whole country. Now, our country, all the people of the country have become beggars because these bloodthirsty politicians. Vicious.
That means lepipashita, ne? Lepipashita in Sinhala.
Vicious. Vicious also is very cruel, savage, same meaning, like an animal, cruel. Ferocious is also like an animal. All these have like animals, not humans, right? The same meaning, all these words. And there are some other words. Barbaric. You don't have to remember all the words, but just to have an idea, right? Barbarous. Sorry, barbarous, the other word. Barbaric. Next one is wicked, murderous. The other one is cold-blooded. Cold-blooded means අපි කියන්නේ උණුසුම් හදවතක් තියෙනවා කියලා සීතලයි කියන්නේ කෙනෙක්ගේ දුක තේරෙන්නේ. Cold-blooded. Hard-hearted, හිත තදයි. Harsh කියන්නේ රළු. Ruthless කියන්නේ ඉවක් බවක් නැති. So they are all similar words for brutal. They are callous. Callous කියන්නේ කර්කස තද. Heartless. Heartless කියන්නේ හදවතක් නැති. Merciless. Pitiless එකම තේරුම less කියන්නේ නැහැ කියන එකනේ. ඒතර merciless, pitiless කියන්නේ අනුකම්පා නැති. අනුකම්පා විරහිත. Remorseless. Sadistic. Unfeeling, හැඟීමක් නැති. Inhumane කියන්නේ human කියන්නේ මිනිස් කියන එකනේ. Inhumane කියන්නේ නොමිනිස්. Right. Highness. Monstrous කියන රපුසෙක් වගේ. Abominable. Illegal සහගත විදිය. Atrocious. Vile. Infernal. Uncivilized කියන්නේ කිසිම civilized වෙලා නැහැ. ඒ කියන්නේ civilized කියන්නේ සදාචාර වෙලා නැති.
ශිෂ්ටාචාර නේ.
අශිෂ්ටාචාරය ඒ වගේ. Okay. Those are words for brutal. I shall read again. මේකෙන් කීපයක් හරි මතක තියාගන්න පුළුවන් නේ දෙක තුනක් හරි. ඔක්කොම කියන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. නමුත් නිකමටදී මතක තියාගන්න පුළුවන් try කරන්න. Savage, cruel, bloodthirsty, vicious, ferocious, barbaric, barbarous, wicked, murderous, cold-blooded, hard-hearted, harsh, ruthless, callous, heartless, merciless, pitiless, remorseless, sadistic, unfeeling, inhumane, heinous, monstrous, abominable, atrocious, vile, infernal, uncivilized. Making වලට මතක තියාගන්න පුළුවන් වචනයක් කියලා මම මේ සමාන සද්ද අපිට මතක හිටිනවා. So what word can you remember, Hansani? What is the word that you can remember? මේ ඔක්කොම තිරිසන් කියලා අදහස තමයි එන්නේ.
Heartless.
Heartless කියන එක මතක තියාගත්තා. ඒක තිරිසනෙක් වගේ. Cruel. And then what else? Netprabha, what is the word you can remember? Netprabha? Monstrous. Okay. Roshini innone man dakkilla. Roshini, what is the word you can remember?
Murderous.
Murderous කියන්නේ ඒතකොට තිරිසන් ඒ වගේ. Murderous කියන්නේ ඇත්තටම මිනිමරු කියන එක. මිනිහෙක් මරන තරම් සත්‍යයක් තියෙනවා කියන එක. And Amaragon, what word you remember?
Bloodthirsty.
Abdul? Hello, Abdul.
Harsh, sir. Harsh.
You have a harsh. You have a problem today, Abdul?
No, my microphone is problem, sir, I think.
Okay. Then Nirupa?
Inhuman, unfeeling,
Those words. Kumar?
Uncivilized.
Uncivilized. Sorry. අපි දැන් හැම එක්කෙනෙම පොඩ එක තමුන් කැමති වචනයක් දාලා පොඩි වාක්‍යයක් හදලා කියන්නේ ඒ වාක්‍ය අපි බලමු මොකක්ද කියලා තත්ත්වය. කැමති වචනය. මේ savage කියන වචනේ එහෙම තේරුම මේච් කියන එක වගේ. නිකන් සිංහලෙන් ගත්තොත්. මම නිකන් සිංහලෙන් සමහරක් වචන වල තේරුම ඔක්කොම වචන නෙමෙයි සමහරක් වචන වල කියන්නම් අපිට මතක ඉන්නවා. savage සහ barbaric barbarous වගේ වචන තුනේම තේරුම මේච් කියන වචනේ. cool කියන්නේ දුෂ්ට. එතකොට wicked කියන්නේ දුෂ්ට. cruel wicked දුෂ්ට. bloodthirst කියන්නේ ලේ පිපාසිත. vicious කියන්නේ දුෂ්ට. vicious කියන්නේ දුෂ්ට. ඒතර ferocious කියන්නේ රෞද්‍ර කියන එක. දැන් බල්ලෙක් එහෙම වසයි කියලා කියන්නේ අපි බල්ලට අපි කියන ferocious වසයි. ඒක රෞද්‍රයි. දැන් මිනිහෙක් වසයි නම් අපි කියන්නේ strict කියලා. මොකද මිනිස්සේ පැනලා හපා ගන්න නැහැනේ. එයාට strict කියන්නේ මගේ තාත්තට strict. ඒ කියන්නේ එයාගේ නීති කඩයි. murderers කියන්නේ නිකන් මිනිමරු. මිනිමරු සහගත අපි කියන්නේ ඒ වගේ. මිනිමරු. මිනිස්සු පහත් පිළිගන්න මිනිමරු කියනවා. cold blooded කියන්නේ cold කියන්නේ දැන් උණුසුම් හදවතක් තියෙන ලේ උණුසුම් කියන්නේ කෙනෙක් ගැන අනුකම්පයි තියෙන අනුකම්පා නැති කියන එක තමයි cold blooded. hard hearted කියන්නේ තද හදවතක් තියෙන එක. harsh රළු. ruthless කියන්නේ ඉවක් බවක් නැති. callous කියන අපි මේ අතේ කර ගැටෙනකොට රළු වෙන්නේ වගේ callous රළු. මොකද callosity කියන්නේ කර ගැටේක. ඒක රළු ඉන්නකොට. heartless කියන්නේ හදවතක් නැති කියන එකනේ merciless pitiless දෙකේම තේරුම අනුකම්පා විරහිත. ඊට unfeeling මේක හැම වචනෙම ගන්න හොදන්න එපා. unfeeling කියන්නේ හැඟීම් නැති, හැඟීමක් නැති. inhuman කියන්නේ අමනුෂ්‍ය. monsters කියන්නේ රකුසු. abominable කියන්නේ ඒකත් ඒක හැබැයි පරණ වචනයක්. ඒක කමන්නේ වුණා ගන්න පිළිකුල් සහගත. vile කියන්නේ දුෂ්ට. අනිත් වචන නිකන් ඔහොම දිවිජේ uncivilized කියන්නේ සදාචාර සම්පන්න නැත්නම් ශිෂ්ටාචාර සම්පන්න නැති. Okay, now make a sentence with one of these words and let us discuss them. Any sentence?
Most politicians.
Okay, Kumar, speak first.
Most politicians in Sri Lanka behave as uncivilized.
Yeah. එතකොට අපි ඒක adverb එකක් කියනවා. එතකොට ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ කතා කරන්නේ දැන් මේ මෙහෙම කිව්වොත් you can say like this. You can say most politicians are uncivilized. Most politicians are uncivilized. Okay, that sentence is okay. तर मैं uncivilized, using this uncivilized word, you describe most politicians. That's the noun. If a word describes a noun, it is a adverb. It is an adverb, right? හැබැයි මේව කිව්වොත් they behave. They behave. ඒගොල්ලෝ හැසිරෙන්නේ. They behave. ඒගොල්ලෝ හැසිරෙන්නේ uncivilized. Uncivilized කියද්දි එතකොට එතනට අපි uncivilized කියලා less කියලා දාන්න බෑ. less වැටෙන්නේ මේ ly වලින්. එතකොට අපි ක්‍රියා විස්තර ගන්න මේ verb එක. They behave uncivilizedly. එතකොට සදාචාර සම්පන්න නැති less ඒගොල්ලෝ හැසිරෙනවා. එතනම less කියලා එන්නේ uncivilized. ඒක ආවම verb එක තමයි විස්තර කරන්නේ. ඒගොල්ලෝ කියන්නේ නෙමෙයි. politicians ලා කියන්නේ නෙමෙයි. Adjective adverb. Okay, very good. Then another person, please. Come on. Give me a
Sir.
second.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Give me a second. Yes, Abdullah.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, in African continent, there are tribes. They act in a barbaric manner.
Right. African countries, there are for people, tribes. So those tribes act. Sorry. Those tribes act. Tribes කියන්නේ මොනවාද? ගෝත්‍ර. Tribes. African countries වල tribes like tribes ගෝත්‍ර. A tribes act in barbaric දැන් අපිට මේක කිව්ව හැකි barbaric කියන එක LY දැම්ම හැකි සමහරක් වෙලාවට මේ දැන් ඔයගේ දිගට ආවම අපිට මේ in දාලා මෙන්න මෙහෙම දැම්ම හැකි මේක in මේක ග්‍රැමර් පාඩමක් හරි in manner කියන්නේ විදිහට අන්න මේක ගත්ත හැකි ඒගොල්ලෝ හැසිරෙන්නේ හැරෙට barbaric manner එකකට දැන් ඉස්සෙල්ලා කුමාර අපි කිව්වා නේද uncivilizedly කියලා do you remember කුමාර
Yes, sir.
uncivilizedly කිව්වා අපි මොකද තේරුම
අශිෂ්ටාචාර ලෙස.
අශිෂ්ටාචාර ලෙස හැසිරෙනවා කියලා කිව්වේ.
ඔව්.
එතකොට uncivilizedly කියලා කිව්වා. දැන් අපිට ඕකම කියන්න පුළුවන් අර අබ්දුල් කියපු විදිහට මම ටිකක් ග්‍රැමර් පාඩමක් කරන්න මේ වගේ ග්‍රැමර් කරපුවම ඇති කියලා තියෙනවා. මොකද අල්ල ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒකම කියන්න පුළුවන් in and කියන්න බලන්න. uncivilized manner. නැක්කනේ. එතකොට අපි හිතමු කවුරු හරි හිතන්නකෝ ඒගොල්ලෝ they work wickedly. ඒගොල්ලෝ දුෂ්ට ලෙස වැඩ කරනවා. එතකොට ඒකම මේ manner දාලා කියන්නේ wickedly කියන එක. in a wicked manner. මම මේක කිව්වොත් මේ savagely කියන්නේ ම්ලේච්ඡ ලෙස. ඒක කියන්නේ manner දාලා කියන්න. අන්සනි
In an savaged manner.
in a savage manner. මොකද savage කියවම
Yes, sir. In
a savage manner. Cruelly කිව්වොත් එහෙම cruelly කොහොමද?
in a cruel manner.
Bloodthirstily.
In a bloodthirsty
manner. bloodthirsty කියන්නේ ලේ පිපාසිත ලෙස. ඒකම කියන්න පුළුවන් in a bloodthirsty manner. ඒ කියන්නේ ලේ පිපාසිත විදියට. manner කියන එකම අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් සමහරක් වෙලාවට මෙන්න මෙහෙම. manner කියන එකම කියන්න පුළුවන් way කියලා. in a bloodthirsty way. හරි manner way දෙකම සමානයි. විදියට. ඒතර viciously කොහොමද කියන්නේ? in a tell me. Please tell. Somebody tell. Nirupa? Hello.
Yes.
How do you say that? Viciously. In vicious manner. Nothing in a vicious way. Ferociously. Hansani, how do you say ferociously?
In ferocious
In
manner.
a ferocious manner.
In a ferocious manner.
Yes. Barbarously. Roshini, how do you say barbarously?
In a barbarous manner.
In a barbarous manner, in a barbarous way. Wickedly. Netraba, how do you say that? Wickedly?
In a wicked manner.
In a wicked manner, in a wicked way. Sorry. Murderously. How do you say that? Samaragon? Hello? Samaragon? Okay. Nirupa, how do you say that? Murderously.
In a murderous manner.
In a murderous manner. Cold-bloodedly. How do you say that? Nirupa, tell me.
In a cold-blooded manner.
Cold-blooded manner. Hard-heartedly. How do you say that, Kumar? Hard-heartedly.
In a hard-hearted manner.
Harshly. How do you say that? Harshly. Oshini? Harshly. Oshini? Hansani, how do you say that? Hansani?
Sorry, sir.
How do you say? Harsh. Harshly.
In a harsh manner.
Okay. Now you understand it. And then Vakidya Hadaramana Kiyan maybe. Come on, please. Okay, give me your sentences now. Abdul gave one. Next person. Hansani.
He is brutally honest, so he told the truth in a cold-bloodedly or in a cold-blooded manner.
In a cold-bloodedly, he told the truth cold-bloodedly. That time he told the truth in a cold-blooded manner. Okay, that's a nice sentence. He's a brutally honest person, so he told the truth in a cold-blooded way. Very good. Then next person, Netrabha, give me a sentence.
She broke her hopes with the heartless behaviors of her friends.
Okay. Can't you just speak a little louder? I didn't hear. Netrabha?
Sir, can you hear me now?
Okay.
She broke her hopes with the heartless behaviors of her friends.
Heartless behavior. Okay. Right. Then Samaragon, are you there? Samaragon. Hello? Then Nirupa, give me a sentence.
We must adapt to today's harsh realities.
Harsh realities. Okay. What is the sentence of brutal? Give me a sentence in the brutal. The brutal attack on the demang are brutally honest making brutal kind of vakya. What is the brutal attack on the young man left him with a broken jaw and 2 black eyes. Brutal attack and Taruniat Labunu Tirisan Peharen Oge Hakka Kadila as they Kaluvela in the Sidduna. Taking at a Anatura Sidduna. Jogiani Hakka. Let us read that. The brutal attack on the young man left can have Itrugale. Have Itrugale when the name of Hakka Kadala as they got Kalukalama Yavat Itrugale. Left him can have a Itrugala, brutal attack. Him with broken jaw and 2 black eyes. Okay. The hockey game was really brutal last night. The lots of fight and penalties. This hockey game is brutal with lots of fights. Good fights. Penalties. Okay. You read the sentences again. The brutal attack on the young man left him with a broken jaw and 2 black eyes. The hockey game was really brutal last night with lots of fights and penalties. Okay. Now, let us move to more sentences. Sometimes comments. Okay. Before that, we have to have another photo sentence. Right. The police were charged with brutality after a man was nearly beaten to death while in custody. නියැලි කියන්නේ ආසන්න වශයෙන්. මනුස්සයෙකුට ආසන්න වශයෙන් මැරෙන්න තරම් පහර දීලා in custody කියන්නේ සිරබාරය. අත්අඩංගුවේ. අත්අඩංගුවේ ඉන්න මනුස්සයෙකුට අත්අඩංගුවේ ඉන්න අතරතුර මරණාසන්න වෙන්න පහර දීලා දීපු brutality එක නිසා ඒගොල්ලන්ට පොලිසියට මොකක්ද චෝදනා ලැබුවා. charge with brutality. වෙනනේ brutality කියන්නේ තිරිසන්කම ගැන. මනුස්සයෙකුට මෙහෙම පහර දීම ගැන. ඒ පොලිසිය ඔහොම තමයි. එහෙනම් එතකොට අපි එතනින් අද පොඩ්ඩක්කට විතර නතර කරනවා. ෂූට් එකට අනිත් එකට යන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලා චූටි වෙලාවක් දෙනවා ඔයගොල්ලන්ට for your speech. If somebody is ready for a speech, now do it. Right.
Shall I start, sir?
Yes, start.
Good evening to all. Today I'm going to present a speech on about internet. Someone has rightly said that the world is a small place. With the advent of the internet, this saying seems to realistic. The internet has really brought the world together, and the distance between two persons is really not a distance today. We all know about the technological advancements happening in the world. One of the major attributes of technological advancement is the internet. Today, the internet is available easily to many individuals. Also, it is rapidly changing the way we work, travel, educate, and entertain. The internet is a facility wherein two gadget screens are connected through signals. Thus, through this medium, the information can be exchanged between two gadgets. As a summary, the internet has nowadays become such an important part of the life of the people that is hardly possible to spend even a day without using the internet. Thus, after seeing the negatives of the internet, it is not practically possible to completely avoid the internet. However, we can put a timeline or restrictions on its usage, especially to children. Thus, through proper precautions and adopting safety measures, the internet can be proved to be a boon for the development of human society. So, thank you.
Okay. Very good. What about Abdul, Kumar, and Rusiru?
Actually, sir, I couldn't prepare, but you give a word, praise, you know, that brutally honest.
Yes.
So I like to speak something about brutally honest.
Okay.
Because you know that this is very important place for Sri Lanka. Actually, we couldn't improve our country. You know that we get the freedom after 70 years before this. But we couldn't improve our country because...
develop our country.
Yes, develop our country because most of people are not brutally honest. If they are brutally honest, they can tell the truth for everywhere. Then we can actually develop it. You know, our government workers and politicians, they always want to agree of the higher orders. They don't give ideas, and they don't always protest the other ideas in high level persons. They don't protest it. They always agree with sir, yes, madam, like that. I think that's the bad things in our country. If someone can understand the suggestion of a person, he give them, it is bad, then he should brutally honest and tell that is bad. And if it is good, then he should brutally honest tell it's better, it's good. I think that our specialist in Sri Lanka, not I think about doctors, but in other ways, you know that in this case, in our country nowadays, you know that there's a lot of problem in fertilizers. The specialists in fertilizers and agricultures, they can tell the truth in our country. Then all of them are telling the truth when they are thinking and they can learn in something, they could learn it and tell the truth to the country leaders. Then they will, I think that they will not do the wrong things. So today we studied about these phrases, brutally honest. It's very good for our country if all of people and all of rulers always try to be brutally honest, then we can improve our country.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. And now I have two people, if they like, they can talk. Abdul and Rusiru.
Shall I speak, sir?
Okay. Where were you? You went to have the dinner?
No, no, just I had a call that side.
Oh.
Anyway, not I am not going to not prepare this speech. I am going to add something about the Kumara's speech because actually I am going to speak that country situation and present government. That means actually we can't satisfy about them because they are doing so many bad things nowadays. Most of people suffering from so many diseases because of actually in our home the women can't live without any things because they can't prepare their meal also without any fear because of some blasting anywhere like gas and any other things. That's the country situation. Most of leaders are responsible for these cases because of they want to only earn something because last 70 years they did like this. Both parties, we don't have any good parties in our country. That's the case. Actually, they are going to earn something and they are going to develop their families only. That's the case. Rajapaksa and Ranil and any other leaders, they want to earn and they want to develop their parties only. That's the situation. We have faced a lot of problem. Our population. That means sometimes maybe in 3 months we will have to face more than that because of we have to face without food. Sometimes maybe starvation like that. That's the case. Actually, we will have to think more than that. Otherwise, we don't have country to live. Not only us, our children also, they don't have country. If we are going to help like this politicians or leaders, I think I would like to tell others, this is the time we have to think more than that. If we are going to help like this leaders, actually at the moment also we don't have country. Near more than 6 months we will have to, I don't know how to say it, I don't know the word. We will have to depend on other countries like Chinese, American like this. That's all.
So you asked us to get ready for action, is that?
Definitely.
We must get ready to topple the government.
And then we will have to stand against our new government.
Leaders means they are
Leaders are-
robbers. You want us to get ready to topple the country, topple the government.
Yes, definitely. Otherwise, actually,
Topple can
we will have
Kerala.
lots of problem.
Kerala.
Yes.
You want to topple the government, is that?
Yes.
Uh-huh. I don't know. You are just planning something. You are going to.
No, we are actually nowadays we educated other peoples also never help like this leaders, because actually we always we have only two parties. In the case they are ruling they were ruling country for a long time, but they didn't do anything for our country people. That's the case. That actually from time to time they are change their ruling system, and they don't have any permanent policy. That's the case. Actually, other countries not going to do like this. In India and other countries, they are developing day by day. Actually, in our country, most of people going to live in the country. That's because of situation is going bad. They already decided to go to another country. I think we don't have educated people in future.
Thank you very much. Now, anybody else is there for a speech? Abdul and Ruziru? Okay. Then we are moving, right? Now, next phrase is sometimes a comment hurt my feelings. What is hurting feelings? Hurting feelings means make me sad, upset, angry. If somebody is making you angry, you say he's hurting my feelings. හිතරිදෝනවා කියන එක තමයි ඔය hurting feelings කියන එකෙන් එන්නේ. හිතරිදවන්න එපා. Don't hurt my feelings. එයාගේ හිතරිදවන්න එපා. Don't hurt her feelings. You are hurting my feelings. ඔයගොල්ලෝ මගේ හිතරිදෝනවා. Sometimes Kumara, hello.
Yes, sir.
When you are brutally honest, you will hurt other people's feelings, right? You understand?
Yes. Sometimes that may be, but
Don't care.
if we are not brutally honest, we actually we are not honest.
So brutally honest is a nice phrase, and you will remember that, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. And now you are going to learn hurt my feelings, hurt your feelings like that. Okay? Make somebody upset. If you make somebody upset, make hurt his feelings. Man, I am sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. අනේ සමාවෙන්න මම හිතාමතා නෙමෙයි ඔයාගේ හිතරිද්දන්න මම plan කළේ නෑ. ඔයාගේ හිතරිද්දන්න මම හිතුවේ නෑ. හිතුණා නම් මට සමාවෙන්න. Sorry, I didn't mean. මම ඒක හිතලා කළේ නෑ. හිතලා ඔයාගේ හිතරිද්දුවේ නෑ. didn't mean කියන්නේ ඒකයි. අදහස් කළේ නෑ. හිතලා නෙමෙයි කළේ. I didn't mean to මොන හරි මම ඒක හිතලා නෙමෙයි වැට්ටුවේ. I didn't mean to drop it. මම ඒක හිතලා නෙමෙයි කිව්වේ. I didn't mean to tell it. මම ඒක හිතලා නෙමෙයි කළේ. I didn't mean to do it. කියන්නේ
I didn't tell again.
I didn't mean to do something. මෙන්න මේක ඉගෙන ගන්න phrase එක. I didn't කියන්නේ මම හිතලා කළේ නෑ. I didn't mean to කියලා අපිට ගත්තයි verb එක. ඒකේ තේරුම මම හිතලා දෙයක් කළේ නෑ කියන එක.
Sir?
Huh? Yes.
Can you hear, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't intend to do like that also, we can tell.
Yes. I didn't intend to do නැත්නම් I didn't intentionally do it. Did it. Sorry, like that. I didn't mean. මම හිතලා කළේ නෑ. අපි හිතමු මෙහෙම මොනවා හරි පිඟානක් කැඩුනා කියලා. ඒතර අපි කියනවා මම හිතලා කැඩුවේ නෑ. I didn't mean to break it. මම හිතලා ඔය කකුල පෑගුවේ නෑ. I didn't mean to step on your foot. Something like that. මොකක් හරි මම මේක හිතලා ඉරුවේ නෑ. I didn't mean to tear your paper. ඒ වගේ. මම හිතලා වගේ ඇඟේ හැප්පුණේ නෑ. I didn't mean to bump into you. Sorry. අපි දැන් කාගේ හරි ඇඟේ හැප්පෙනවනේ මෙහෙම. Bump into someone. හරි අමුරු වේදමක්. Into someone. කෙනෙක්ගේ ඇඟේ හැප්පෙනවා. එතන I bumped into him. මම ඔහුගේ ඇඟේ හැප්පුණා. Bump into someone. I didn't mean to bump into you. මගේ ඇඟේ හිතලා හැප්පුණේ නෑ. Right. So ඒ වගේ හිතලා කලේ නෑ කියලා. දැන් මෙතනදී I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. මම මේ හිතරිද්දාලා හිතලා හිතරිද්දුවේ නෑ. අන්න ඒක තියෙනවා. So can you make a few sentences with that? Kumara? Hello. Have you? No. I'm going to ask you something. Have you hurt somebody's feelings?
Actually, sometimes
You hurt people's feelings.
you told me if I am brutally honest,
Yes.
if someone brutally honest,
Yes.
then sometimes
You hurt others' feelings.
yes, I hurt their feelings.
Yes.
But otherwise, I didn't do it.
You don't mean to hurt their feelings.
Yeah. In my memory, I need not to hurt my feelings.
Hurt others' people.
Yes, hurt other feelings.
Others' feelings. Others.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And Hansari, what about you? Do you hurt some other people's feelings?
Actually, I'm not hurting someone feeling with knowing. Sometimes it might be happen without my knowing.
Okay. But you don't intentionally hurt anybody's feelings. Yeah. Then you don't on purpose hurt other people's feelings. මේකත් එක කරන්න on purpose කියන්නේ හිතාමතා. On purpose. I don't on purpose hurt anybody's feelings. හිතාමතා. Nirupa, hello.
Yes, sir.
Do you hurt other people's feelings on purpose?
No, sir. Never.
On purpose?
No.
Never. And do other people hurt your feelings sometimes?
Yes, most of times.
Who hurts your feelings mostly?
Mostly, I think my office colleagues.
They hurt your feelings.
Yes, sometimes.
Are they in the habit of hurting your feelings?
Sorry, sir.
Are they in the habit of hurting your feelings?
Most of people like that, sir. Because I think that is trend of today's.
So you think those people are brutally angry and they say the truth and then you get your feelings hurt?
I think they didn't. Sir, I couldn't.
No. Some people in your office, people are brutally honest and they speak the truth. Then you get your feelings hurt. Is that? Now, for an example, when you go to office, may the receptionist say, good morning, how are you? You are very ugly today because she is brutally honest. And you hurt. Is that?
No.
Those people are
No,
really...
sir, not like that, sir, because normally they didn't tell truth.
They don't tell.
Yes, they don't tell truth, but most
The
of
truth.
the times
They don't tell the truth.
yes, most of the times they trying to pass the ball to others' court. So that is.
So you run after the ball and catch it. And then you have your feelings hurt. Is that?
No. I think they are very talented about that things. That is hurt. Sometimes hurt.
That hurt your
my feelings and others also.
And then who else is there? We have Roshini. Roshini, do you have any experience of hurting other people's feelings? Roshini? Hello. Roshini. Okay. Netraba, do you have any experience of hurting other people's feelings?
Yes, sir. Actually, many times I hurt my mother's feelings, but I didn't mean to on purpose for it.
You hurt other people's feelings, is that? Other people hurt your feelings.
Both, sir. Sometimes some people hurt my feelings, and sometimes I hurt others' feelings, but it is not on purpose, sir.
It is not on purpose. You don't mean to hurt other people's feelings.
Sorry?
You don't mean to hurt other people's feelings.
Yeah, sir.
It just happened.
Yeah.
It just happened. Okay. All right. Then, then who?
Sir.
Yes.
So bump into someone means it is physically, no, sir. No. When someone disturbs in internally, you can't say, no. So in the mind,
you can metaphorically use it. Figuratively, you can use it. Yes. Jumped. You can say involved. Or just butt into somebody's conversation. Like that. Okay, Abdul, do you hurt other people's feelings?
No, sir.
You never hurt other people's feelings.
No, I don't like, because I think every human being is a God's creation. So I don't like to hurt, sir.
You deal with God creations very carefully.
Yes, sir.
Every time you deal with people using, they are good basis God's creation, so I must deal with them very carefully. That's what.
Yes, sir. Exactly. Yes.
Okay. And they never, that God creation, God wonderful creation, never hurt your feelings either.
They hurt, sir.
Then they are not God's creation. They may be Satan's creation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but you don't care.
Yeah.
You forgive them.
Forget, yes, so by the time it will fade and I'll forget.
Forgive and forget. Is that?
Forgive and forget, yes, sir.
Forgive and forget. You are a great person. However, is it okay, Kumar, is it okay to hurt someone's feelings?
No, sir. Actually, when we tell the truth,
yes.
Sometimes some persons get hurt their feelings.
Yes.
Otherwise, we should not do it.
Yes.
Actually, then you know that if we do it wrongly,
yes.
It's a bad habit. Then actually, I think that you are very smart.
Yeah.
Then if we tell it that you are not smart today, then that's bad habit.
Oh, not telling the truth.
Yes.
That is, you are doing that on purpose to hurt that person's feelings.
Yes, sir.
But if it is really that person is ugly, you have to say that he is ugly because you are brutally honest. That's a different story.
Sometimes if we ask about it,
Yeah.
we have to tell it brutally honest. But if we didn't ask about it, we should not mention about it. I think that's my idea. Yes.
That's good. You don't have to hurt their feelings on purpose.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you hurt someone because you are trying to take care of and protect yourself, that is acceptable and you see, there are some sentences, right? If you hurt someone, if you hurt someone because you are trying to take care of and protect yourself, that is acceptable and emotionally healthy. This also is a collocation. Acceptable and emotionally healthy. Healthy means no problem, right? Emotionally no problem. If you want to take care of you and if there is a purpose, right? There is a purpose. There is a meaning of hurting somebody's feelings. That as Kumara says, people, you have to do that because you can't make an omelette without breaking some eggs. That is okay. But if you intentionally hurt, that means on purpose, intentionally on purpose, same meaning. Intentionally on purpose. If you on purpose or if you intentionally hurt someone out of meanness කියන තමුන්ගේ තියෙන අර පහත් ගතිය නිසා, කුහක ගතිය නිසා, and wanting them to suffer, උම්ම පෙලන්න උවමනාවෙන් එහෙම සිදවනවා නම්, that is unacceptable and unhealthy. අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් unacceptable කියන්නේ පිළිගන්න බෑ, ඒක emotionally healthy නෑ. Emotionally healthy කියන්නේ මානසික වශයෙන් අර හැඟීම් වශයෙන් ඒක හොඳ නැහැ, සෞඛ්‍යමත් නැහැ. සෞඛ්‍යමත් නැහැ කියන්නේ ඒක අපි කියන්නේ මානසික සෞඛ්‍ය කියන්නේ හොඳ මනසක් තියෙන, හොඳ මනසක් තියෙන කෙනෙක් එහෙම කරන්නේ නැහැ. එහෙනද? මානසික ලෙඩෙත් තමයි මානසික ලෙඩා කියන එකේ විරුද්ධ වචනේ healthy කියන්නේ. ඒක මානසිකව healthy නම් ඔයගොල්ලෝ එහෙම කරන්නේ. ඒතර it is acceptable and emotionally healthy. Emotionally unhealthy if you hurt others' feelings without any clear reason or purpose. What is your idea about this, Nirupa? Nirupa?
Yes, sir.
What is your idea? So I'm asking, the question is this. Question is it okay to hurt someone? Then the answer is, if you hurt someone because you are trying to take care of and protect yourself. තමුන්ව ආරක්ෂා කර ගැනීම, තමුන්ගේ ප්‍රයෝජනේ, කියන්නේ තමුන්ගේ ආත්ම ආරක්ෂාව වෙනුවෙන් කෙනෙක්ව රිද්දුවා නම් it is acceptable and emotionally healthy. ඒක පිළිගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේම ඔයා මානසික ලෙඩෙක් නෙමෙයි. But if you intentionally hurt someone, කෙනෙක්ව හිතාමතාම රිද්දුවොත් out of meanness, කියන තුච්චකම නිසා, meanness කියන්නේ තුච්චකම. ඒක පහත්කම නිසා, එහෙම නිසා ඒගොල්ලම පෙලන්න, suffer කියන්නේ පෙලන, ඒගොල්ලම පෙලන්න උවමනා මෙහෙම කළොත් that is unacceptable. ඒක පිළිගන්න බෑ. එයාගේම unhealthy. ඒක මානසික වශයෙන් සෞඛ්‍යමත් නෑ. So this is the answer for the question. The question is it okay to hurt someone? So what do you think about this answer, or you have a different answer? Nirupa?
Yeah.
I am asking the question, is it okay to hurt someone? So there is an answer. What do you think about this answer, or do you have a different answer?
I think that answer is I agreed this answer, but thing is, if someone hurt others' feelings, that is not accept. I agree with this answer.
Yeah. You agree with this answer. Hansani, what is your idea? Is it okay to hurt someone?
Yes, sir. I think that this answer says correct, because we need to think about, we initially we need to think about ourselves before thinking about others. So if there is something that happening against us, so then we have to protect ourselves. So at this case, if we have to hurt someone, we should do this because first we think about us. So that's my opinion.
Okay. And what about Rusiru? Do you have to tell me something about hurting other people's feelings? Rusiru, what do you think about it?
Sorry, sir.
What is your idea about hurting other people's feelings? අනිත්ගේ හිත රිදවන එක ගැන ඔයාලට මොකද හිතෙන්නේ? නෝන් මේ කමන්න නැද්ද නැත්නම් you must be careful. What is your idea? Is it okay?
No, so it's not okay. But you are right, sir. That is trying to take care of them. Take care of them and me. That's the point. Hurt someone.
I mean, if those people are trouble and they are too much. සමහරක් මේ කට වේන්නේ නැද දිගටම ගහගෙන එනවා. ඊට පස්සේ මුන්ට දෙකක් දීලා නතර කරේ නැත්නම් අපේ ඔළුවට අත හොද. ඒ වෙලාවට ඉතින් දෙකක් කියලා නතර කරගන්න වෙනවා. එහෙම වුණාට කමක් නැහැ.
Yes, sir.
නැතුව නිකන් අහිංසකයෝ වගේ ඉන්නුම් ඇදලා අරගෙන මෙහෙට වරෙන් මෙහෙට වරෙන් මෙතන ඉස්සර ළඟට වරෙන් කියලා හිත රිදවලා දාලා බලපියත් වගේ මූණේ හැටි කියලා එහෙම කියන එක හරිනේ. නේද?
Yes. Yes.
That is your idea.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Now you are learning මම grammar ටිකක් ගන්නන්න කියපින්ද මම මේ දැන් දාන්න යනවා grammar ටික. අපිට මෙන්න මේ වගේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහන්න පුළුවන්. බලන්න මේක. Is it okay? Is it okay කියලා වචනයක් තියෙනවා. හරි okay කියලා KI ලිව්වට මෙන්න මෙහෙම okay කියලා වචන කෙටි කරලා තමයි okay කියලා ලියන්නේ. නැත්තම් K ගුවම correct වෙන්න නෙමෙයි. Is it okay to කියලා verb එකක් ගන්න පුළුවන් අපිට. pattern එක ලියා ගන්න. Is it okay to කියලා verb එකක් කරන් ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහන්න. අපි අහන is it okay to use your bicycle? ඔයගේ bicycle එක ගත්තට කමක් නැද්ද? Is it okay to sit here? මෙතන වාඩි වෙනකොට කමක් නැද්ද? Is it okay to wear is it okay to speak is it okay to speak with no, is it okay to speak with අපි මම මෙතන ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් කතා කරලා කමක් නැද්ද? Is it okay to speak in English here? Is it okay to give the speech next week? ලබන සතියේ speech එක දුන්නට කමක් නැද්ද? Is it okay to postpone our trip? අපි trip එක postpone කළාට කමක් නැද්ද? Is it okay to cancel this meeting? මේ meeting එක cancel කළාට කමක් නැද්ද? So you can ask that question. And when it is a sentence, you can say, it is okay. කෙනෙකුට කිව්ව හැකි. It is okay to plus verb. දැන් අපිට අහන්න පුළුවන් is it okay to go home now? දැන් ගෙදර කියලා කමක් නැද්ද? Yes, it is okay to go home now. දැන් ගෙදර කියලා කමක් නැද්ද? දැන් මම නෑවට කමක් නැද්ද? දොස්තර කියන්නේ බෙහෙතක් ගහලා අර වැක්සින් එක ගහගෙන ආවල ඔයගොල්ලෝ අහන is it okay to bathe? නෑවට කමක් නැද්ද? ඔය වැක්සින් එක ගහගෙන නෑවට කමක් නැද්ද කියලා ඔයගොල්ලන්ට අහන්න පුළුවන්. මේ වැක්සින් එක ගහලා මේ වැඩේ කරලා කමක් නැද්ද කියලා ඔයගොල්ලන්ට අහන්න පුළුවන්. නැත්තම් මේ ඔපරේෂන් එකකින් පස්සේ ඩොක්ටර්ගේ බෙහෙත් තරම් අහන්න උනම් මං අද සීතල කෑම කෑවට කමක් නැද්ද? Is it okay to eat this kind of food, that kind of food? You can ask, you know, right? So do you understand? Make some sentences. And is it okay කියන වාක්‍යයක් දෙක හදන්න. Is it okay නැත්නම් it is okay? Who can make some sentences? Samargon?
Yes, sir.
Give me an example. Is it okay?
Is it okay to tell something in front of you?
Yeah, I think so. Very good. Is it okay to be brutally honest? කෙනෙක්ට කියන්න ඉස්සලා අහන්න ඕන ඔයා මොකද්ද මේ ගැන හිතන්නේ කියලා හොම. Okay, I can tell my ideas, but is it okay to be brutally honest? Brutally honest වල කමක් නැද්ද? Never mind, be brutally honest. I like it. මෙහෙම කවුරුහරි කිව්වොත් කියන්න. Right. Kumar, give a sentence.
Is it okay to hurt your feelings?
Yeah, without reason, then it is not okay. There's a reason, okay. You can give answer like that. Then what about Hansani?
Is it okay to remove the mask here?
Is it okay to remove the mask? Yeah. You are making very timely sentences, right? Okay, anyway. Abdul? Hansani, you can say, is it okay to remove the mask and talk to you? Mask එක අයින් කරලා කතා කරලා කමක් නැද්ද? මොකද ලුණු ඇඹුල් ඇතුව දෙකක් කියන්න දීලා. Abdul? Abdul? Netraba? Hello?
It is okay to watch a cartoon.
Is it okay to watch a cartoon now? You can ask your mother, right? You work a lot and all the time, long hours, and now you want to watch a cartoon. So you can ask, is it okay to watch a cartoon now? Right? Is it okay to go on a trip with my friends? Right? Right. And then who? Siru?
So, is it okay to love you?
So loving is it's your problem. You can love anybody. Nobody can stop it. But other things they can stop, right? When that is, you can do yourself. Nirupa?
It is okay to share this table.
Is it okay to share
with you?
With you? Mm-hmm. Okay. Then Kumara, did you say? Kumar, you want to?
Sir.
You said one?
Yes, sir.
Give one. So, do you think මේ වගේ ක්‍රම ඉගෙන ගත්තොත් ඇති නේද? මේ වගේ අපි විතර ලොකුට යනකොට වැඩි හොඳයිද නැත්නම් මෙහෙම වෙනම ග්‍රැම පාඩමක් කරන්නද කොහොමද? Is it okay to do learn grammar like this, or do you think I should do different grammar in this class? Kumara, be brutally honest and tell me.
Actually, I think that it's okay because however we want to speak English.
No, if we learn grammar, we can learn the separate grammar lessons.
Yes, sir. But you know that if we speak English correctly, we want to know some grammar also. But it is okay, sir.
It is okay to learn like this.
Yes, like this.
Yeah. Because other way it will be a little boring because then it will be a grammar class.
Yeah. However, we want to speak English mostly.
Yes.
Then we can improve it step by step.
Step by step නෙමෙයි. මගේ මෙහෙම අන්ති ඇත්තටම ඉස්සරහට කරන්න හිතගෙන ඉන්නවා තාම plan කරගෙන යනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ 10 days. 10 days මුළු භාෂාවෙම දෙන grammar ටික කරලා ඉවර කරනවා. You can learn it. හැබැයි කියන්නේ මේ වගේ කරලා කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් අයට තමයි. කිසිම දෙයක් දන්නේ නැහැ නෙමෙයි. If you know something within 10 days, tenses and conjunctions පොඩ්ඩනේ තියෙන ඉගෙන ගන්න කතා කරන්න අවශ්‍ය වෙන ටික. අනවශ්‍ය grammar නෙමෙයි දැන්. උදාන්ත තද්දිත වගේ grammar අපිට සිංහලෙන්වත් ඕනේ නැහැ. Not like that. The things like that we want, we can just finish it. මුළු දවසම මේ grammar කරන්න ඕනේ. දවස් 10ක් ඔය කරලා දවස් 10ක් යන හිතුත් නෑ සමහරවිට. අපිට මේ course එක අවසානයේ හරි නැත්නම් අපිට බලන්න පුළුවන් මොකක් හරි කරන්න. නැත්නම් මෙහෙම හරි කරන්න. හැබැයි මේ වගේ grammar නම් දැන් අපිට නැහැ කුමාර. තේරෙනවද? මේ දැන් මම උගන්වන grammar මේ දැන් උගන්වන්නේ මෙතන ඉස්සිට ඕකේ කියලා.
Yeah.
ඒ වගේ අහුවෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒවා ස්පෝකන් වලින්ම අහුවෙන grammar තමයි. ඒක හරි වටිනවා. දැන් I didn't mean to මම ඉස්සෙල්ලා කිව්වා මම හිතලා නෙමෙයි කළේ කියන එක. Yeah, they are very practical grammar. Okay, we are moving. don't say anything, you'll hurt her feelings. කිසි දෙයක් කියන්න එපා. පරිගත කිව්වොත් යාගේ හිත රිදෙයි. Don't say anything, you'll hurt her feelings. They are still doing some hurting feelings. Can you make sentences like that? I have hurt feelings කියන sentences ටික හදලා කියන්න කවුරුද? Give me sentences. Do we have sentences?
Your words is really hurt her feelings.
Your words really hurt her feelings. Very good. Others? Margon? New sentences.
If someone tell the truth, it will not hurt my feelings.
It will not hurt my feelings. Right. Anthony?
I didn't mean to do this as hurting her feelings.
I didn't do this to hurt your feelings, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do this. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings by doing this. Okay. Nirupa?
Yes, sir.
Make a sentence.
I told
You gave.
you.
Prabha?
I don't say anything to hurt anyone's feelings.
Okay. Abdul? Rosidu? Anybody, please. Right. Then we are moving. She hurt my feelings. Oh, really? Oh, I really did not mean to hurt her feelings. Maybe it would hurt Sarah's feelings less if she simply told the truth. Sarahගේ හිත රිදෙන එකක් නෑ. අය ඇත්තටම සත්‍ය කිව්වනම් සාරාගේ හිත ඔයිට වැඩි අඩුවෙන් රිදෙයි. It would hurt Sarah's feelings less if she simply told the truth. You'll end up hurting her feelings. ඔයා නතර වෙන්නේ අපි end up කියන්නේ ඔයා නතර වෙනවා. ඔයා අන්තිමට නතර වෙන්නේ එයාගේ හිත රිද්දලා තමයි ඔයා ඔහොම ගිහලා අන්තිමට නතර වෙන්නේ. Right? You'll end up කියන්නේ ඔයා නතර වෙන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ ing එකක් ගන්නවා. මම ඒක pattern එක දාන්නම්. එහෙම. මේ patterns ඉගෙන ගන්න. You'll end up කියලා ඊට පස්සේ අපි දානවා ing එකක්. මේවත් හොඳ patterns. You'll end up plus ing. ඔයා අන්තිමට නතර වෙන්නේ යාගේ හිත රිදවලා තමයි. You'll end up hurting her feelings. ඔයා අන්තිමට නතර වෙන්නේ විභාගේ ෆේල් වෙලා තමයි. කොහොමද කියන්නේ? කොහොමද කියන්නේ? You'll end up failing the exam. අපේ කණ්ඩායම නතරින් අන්තිමට මේ මැච් එක පෙරදිලා තමයි. කොහොමද කියන්නේ?
We will end up
losing the match.
Losing the match.
මුන් නතර වෙන්නේ අන්තිමට මේ රට විකුණලා තමයි. කොහොමද කියන්නේ? දේල්. ඒතකොට කියන්නේ දේල් කියලානේ. දෙවුන් කියලා කියන්නේ දේල්. ඒ මුන් කියන එකට වචනයක් නැහැ කියන විදිහෙන් තේරෙනවා මුන් කියලා. හරි. දේල් අපි චේන්ජ් එකට එක මුන් වගේ ඉතින් වෙනවා. දේල් end up මොනවාද?
selling this country.
selling this country. මේ රට විකුණලා තමයි මුන් නතර කරන්නේ. මුන් නතර කරන්නේ අපි හිඟන්නෝ කරලා තමයි. කොහොමද කියන්නේ? They'll end up making us all beggars. දැන් ඇත්තටම දැන් චුට්ටක් විතර පණ ගන්න පුළුවන් කාලයක් තියෙන කියන්නේ අපේ රට තාම අපිට හිඟමනටපත් වෙන්න ඕනේ. තව පොඩ්ඩක් අපිට උනම් පණ අරගෙන ටිකක් නැගිටින්න පුළුවන්. ඉතියෝපියාව තරමට වැටෙන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. මේ වැඩ නම් මිනිස්සු ඔක්කොම නැගිටලා කෙලින්ම ගිහිල්ලා මේගොල්ලෝම ගහලා පන්නනවා. තාම මිනිස්සු නැගිටින්නේ නැහැ. මිනිස්සු දාගෙන ඉන්නවා. ඉංගමන්ටපත් වෙලා සතවහක්වත් නැතුව ගෙන් පස්සේ තමයි ඉතින් නැගිටින්න වෙනවනේ කන්න නැතුව ගියාම. ඒ නැගිටින්න ඉතින් වැඩක් නැහැ. ඒතකොට නැගිට ගන්න බෑ. ඒතකොට ඉట్లా වැඩකුත් නැහැ නැගිටින්නත්. ඒ වගේ නිවට මිනිස්සු ඉන්න රටවල තමයි මෙහෙම කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඕකේ. මේ කතන්දරේ අන්තිමට ලංකාවේ ගොවිතැන නතර කළා තමයි මේගොල්ලෝ නතර නවතින්නේ අන්තිමට මේ ගොවිතැන ඉවර කළා තමයි නතර වෙන්නේ. කොහොමද කියන්නේ? They'll end up
cultivating in Sri Lanka.
They'll end up ending the cultivation in Sri Lanka. Ending any kind of cultivation, paddy cultivation, vegetable cultivation, all cultivation will be ended up. තව උදාහරණ ඔයගොල්ලෝ හිතලා කියන්නේ? අග්ගල ලියන්න. Hansani, give me an example. Hansani?
They'll end up can't make it.
කිව්වේ දැන් මහින්දගේ පුතා නතර වෙන්නේ හඳට ගිහිල්ලා තමයි. දැන් රොබට් එකක් කැරියා. මේ හඳට ගිහලා තමයි නතර. මේක කියන්නේ මහින්ද's son will end up buying some land from the moon. Something දැන් ගිහිල්ලා කරගෙන තමයි නතර.
So you will end up
I'll end up
yes, you're teaching English very well.
Yeah.
For us.
For you, okay. I'll end up making this class a success කියලා කියන්න පුළුවන් නේ. You'll end up making this class a success. මේ class එක success කරලා තමයි නතර වෙන්නේ. You'll end up. ඒක ඉතින් හොඳයි මට වැඩි ඔයගොල්ලෝ ගැන කිව්වනම් හොඳයි. We'll end up making this class a success. මේ class එකේ success වෙලා තමයි අපි නතර වෙන්නේ. සාර්ථක වෙලා තමයි නතර වෙන්නේ. Okay. And Abdul? Next,
She'll end up breaking my hopes.
She'll end up breaking your hopes. මගේ බලාපොරොත්තු ටික කඩලා දාලා තමයි නතර වෙන්නේ නේද? Breaking my hopes. Okay, Samarakawan?
Yes, sir. We will end up fighting with the government to live in the country.
This fighting will end up in nothing, right? මේ fighting එක nothing වලින් තමයි නතර මුකුත් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මේ ඔක්කොම verbal fight. හැමෝම කරන්නේ verbal fight. Verbal fight කියනවා. ඒක බොරු කටින් බදන්නේ වත් වෙන්නේ. Verbal fight කියන්නේ වාචික fight තියෙන්නේ. වචනෙන් තමයි කියන්නේ. රාජපක්ෂ කෙනෙක්ව දැක්කම වැඳ නමස්කාර කරනවා තමයි.
No, I think in future not going to do the present people, because most of people, if they can kill them, most of people present for that.
Most of people are ready.
Yes.
Ready to kill.
Really, most of people fed up this government and ruling system.
Most of the people fed up, but
they can cheat others in future.
cheating මොනවාද රටම අරගෙන ඉවරයිනේ. ඒකට නිකන් බඩු කුක්කෝ කියන ඉන්න වෙනවා with verbal fight. So කෙනෙක් ඉතින් ඔක්කොම ටික අරන් ගියන් පස්සේ good bye කියලා නතර වෙන එකද fight එක කියන්නේ. So when somebody is going, you say goodbye, okay, don't come here again. That's it. It was winning for you. You have to catch them and do something. But nobody is ready for that. Our people are they are good fighters. Our people are very good fighters. අපේ අය හොඳ ෆයිටර්ස් ලා තමයි කොහොමද ෆයිට් කරන්නේ සමරකෝන් ඔන්න කුමාර දන්නවා කොහොමද ෆයිට් කරන්නේ වාසියට ෆයිට් කරන්නේ ඔන්න අනිත්තුන් ගහද්දි කොහොමද අර දෙමළ කෝලහල අහිංසක දෙමළ මිනිස්සුම ඉවර කළානේ ඒක තමයි මේ වෛර තමයි තාමත් යන්නේ ඉතින් මේ වගේ ඔට්ටියම ගහනකොට ඉතින් පැනගෙන ගිහිල්ලා ගහලා හොරකම් කරන්න අන්න වාසියට ඉන්න හරි කට්ටිය ඊරියෝනේ වාසියට Okay, that's very bad of you. So our nation is that. Can't change these things. So I know the what from Canada. Give me more sentences. Can Nirupa, did you make a sentence?
No, sir.
Make a sentence, please.
Sir,
Yes.
they will end up making us thieves.
They will end up making you teachers.
No, sir. They will end up making us thieves.
Making us what? Last word I didn't hear.
They will end up making us thieves.
Making us thieves. Thieves.
Thieves. Thieves.
Right. THIEF. Thief. Thief කියන්නේ හොරානේ. මේකේ බහුවචනේ මෙහෙම එප්පවුරක් කියන ඕන මේකේ බහුවචනේ අගට එප්පවුර කපලා V දාන්න. Wives, thieves, lives නේ. එතකොට they end up making us all thieves. අපි ඔක්කොමල හොරු කරලා තමයි නතර වෙන්නේ. හොරු කරලා නතර ගන්න වෙන්නේ දෙයක් නෑ. හොරු තමයි මේ රටේ ඉන්නේ. ඊපතෙනෙක් මේ ඇරුණකොට all are robbers, even government servants, everyone are robbers. There are only a little part of good people. It's a different story. They'll made up all making us beggars. That's for sure. Okay. Tava කවුද කිව්වේ නැත්තේ? Finish.
She will end up losing her job.
ඒක හොඳ sentence. She will end up losing a job. That's good. And, right. So are you happy about that pattern? Hansani, did you say?
Sir, I'll end up reading this book today.
ඒක හරියන්නේ නැහැ. ඒකත් කියන්න පුළුවන්.
Sir,
කියන්න.
she will end up make me fool.
She will end up making me a fool.
Making me a fool.
බෝඩෙක් කරලා තමයි යන අතර වෙන්නේ. හංසනීගේ කතන්දරේ මම මේ පොත කියවල තමයි නතර වෙන්නේ කියන එකද? I will end up reading. එහෙම නෙමෙයි අර මේකේ පොඩි ගැම්මක් තියෙනවා වල තේරෙනවද? මේ පොත මම නතර කරන අනිවාර්යෙන් කියන එක වගේ ගැම්මක් නෙමෙයි මේකේ තියෙන්නේ. අර මේක ඊට ඉඩියොමැටික් අයිඩියා එකක් තියෙනවා. ඉඩියොමැටික් අයිඩියා එකක් කියන්නේ නිකන් අපි ඒක හොඳ දෙයකට නෙමෙයි ගන්නේ. අන්තිමට ඔබි නතර වෙන්නේ මෙන්න මෙහෙම තමයි කියලා කියන්නේ. අන්න ඒ වගේ. ඒතර මම පස්ස බලන්නේ මුව මරලා තමයි යන්නේ කියලා කිව්ව හැකි. I will end up කියලා එහෙම කිව්ව හැකි. නැත්නම් මම ඔහොම ගිහිල්ලා අන්තිමට නතර වෙන්නේ මෙතන තමයි කියලා. ඒ වගේ ඉඩියොමැටික් අයිඩියා එකක් තියෙනවා පොඩි. ගැම්මක්. You don't understand that.
Yes.
Okay. Then maybe I would hurt. So you'll end up hurting her feelings. Her behavior at the party caused a lot of hurt feelings. Party දියගේ හැතිරීම ගොඩක් අයගේ හිතේ දේවල් බලන්න මෙන්න මේක cause a lot of hurt feelings. A lot of hurt cause කියන්නේ හේතු වුණා. Cause a lot of hurt feelings කියන එක හමුතුම යෙදුමක්. තේරෙනවද? ඒක spoken English වල තමයි ඉතින් මෙහෙම දෙන්නේ. කියන්නේ මේ වගේ. He's අල්ලගන්න. His behavior. Okay, හැසිරීම at the party. සාදේදී ඔගේ හැසිරීම caused හේතු වුණා a lot of hurt feelings. Lot of hurt feelings කියවහම ගොඩක් හිත් රිදීම් වලට හේතු වුණා. That kind of thing. So it is very important. I think you have enjoyed that. So I am going to wind up the lesson now. I hope you have learned quite a lot about these things. So I shall stop the class.